Trinity B1 ISC1 4 skills test, SELT secure English language tests, B1 English test ISC1 skilled worker, health and care worker, scale-up worker, student visas.
Okay. Read together. And once we'll read together, I'll solve a full reading test with you and I will solve a full writing part related to it as well. Then I'll give you homework. Once you will solve it by yourself, you will not have any questions. For now, if you will not understand something, please do not be confused. Just try to understand. If you will understand even 20%, that is more than enough. So now, yeah, let's continue.
Can you just give me a second?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah.
So Mayo, how many questions are there in the reading test?
Yeah.
It's tax 1 is 30.
No, pretty. That is total. Long text reading carries 15 questions. Multi-text reading also carries 15 questions. So as a total, you get 30. And if you want to pass, you just need 15 marks.
Oh, okay.
Just 15. 50-50. And I'm sure you guys can do that. All right. We're going to go through multi-text reading. Now, this is a funny looking text. You might see graphical text, okay? So I would want Deepak to read this for me and explain what it is. Text A.
Text A. Reasons people learn foreign languages. Personal interest, enjoyment. So, so out of all this,
read this. Read all of this.
Okay.
Read all of this.
Personal interest and enjoyment, degree requirement, use in future career, future travel or study abroad, family background, and other.
Rehan, sorry.
Yes.
Rehan, please read it once.
Reasons people learn foreign language, personal interest, enjoyment, degree requirement, use in future career, future travel or study abroad, family background, and others.
And beautiful Sumaya.
Okay, text A. Reasons people learn foreign language, personal interest, enjoyment, degree requirement, use in future career, future travel or study abroad, family background, and others. Last one.
Okay, so who understands the concept of a pie chart or a pie graph, right? This is called a pie graph, and this is 100%. Okay, so the major portion is for personal interest. Okay,
It's highest, yeah.
it's the highest one. After that, we have for degree requirement. After that, we have for use in the future career. After that, we have for
future travel or study.
Future travel and study abroad. And after that, we have for family background. And lastly, we have for others. Okay?
Yes.
So if I would ask you guys the major reason why people learn foreign languages, what would be your answer? Major.
Personal interest.
Personal interest and enjoyment. And if I would ask you what is the second most important reason for people to learn a foreign language, then what would you tell me?
Degree requirement.
Degree requirement. And what if I say the third one?
Use in future career.
Use in future career.
And the fourth one?
Future travel or study abroad.
Fifth one?
family
family
background,
And lastly,
others.
Others.
now let's have a look at this. Deepa, could you read this for me?
The benefits of studying a second language. Pleasure, something enjoyable and interesting to learn. The language is required in order to study for
Blank.
and get a and the blank and get a better job and progress in career.
Okay, now Rehan, you also try this.
And the notes the benefits of studying a second language. Pleasure, something enjoyable and interesting to learn. The language is required in order to study for a blank and get a better job and progress in a career.
Sumaya.
The benefit of studying a second language. Pleasure, sometimes enjoyable and interesting to learn. The language is required in order to study for a blank, get a better job and progress in a career.
Okay, now everyone thinks that teacher, how do you know that this is from text 1? Of course, we need to understand through the synonyms. We read the word pleasure. We read the word enjoyable here. We read the word interesting here. Do you understand or not? This means this is the first point, but this is paraphrased. These are the synonyms used in here. So what is the second point? The language is required in order to study for a blank. What would you write in the blank?
And degree.
What did Deepak say?
Abroad?
Come on. This is the second
sorry.
Look, and the third point is mentioned in a sequence here. Future career. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So the information, all of this, whatever is mentioned in this area, that is a summary of the text. And that is very much in a sequence. Remember this. By taking help of the keywords and synonyms, you can never miss an answer in fill in the blanks. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Sumaya, do you understand or not? Beautiful.
Yes.
The answer is degree.
Degree.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now let's go through text B together. Deepak, read.
Scientists believe learning a second language increases brain power. Researchers from University College London studied the brains of 105 people. 80 of these people were bilingual.
Bilingual. Do you know the meaning of it?
Bilingual.
Bi always means two. Okay?
Yeah.
And lingual means language. Like all of you guys are bilingual. You speak your own language too, and you speak another foreign language as well. Bilingual, two languages.
Okay. They found learning other languages changed the part of the brain which processes information. They compared this change to the way in which exercise builds muscles. Studies shows that people who regularly speak more than one language are better at problem solving. In addition, students who study foreign languages often score better in tests than students who only speak one language. This is particularly true in maths, music, reading, and understanding vocabulary.
Okay. Rehan,
Yeah.
read
Yes.
text B.
Text B. Scientists believe learning a second language increases brain power. Researchers from University College London studied the brains of 105 people. 80 of these people were bilingual. And they found learning other language changed the part of the brain which progresses information. They compared this change
Processes.
to the way processes
Hmm. Hmm.
processes information. They compared this change to the way in which exercise builds.
Hmm. Hmm.
And muscles studies show that people who regularly speak more than one language are better at problem solving. In addition, students who study foreign languages often score better in tests than students who only speak one language. This is particularly true in maths,
Hmm.
music, reading, and understanding vocabulary.
Hmm. Okay, Sumaya.
Okay. Scientists believe learning a second language increases brain power. Researchers from University College London studied the brain of 105 people. 80 of these people were bilingual. They
Hmm.
found learning other languages changed the part of brain which processes information.
Hmm.
They compared this change to the way in which exercise builds muscles.
Hmm.
Studies show that people who regularly speak more than one language are better at problem solving. In addition, students who study foreign languages often score better in tests than students
Hmm.
who only speak one language. This
Hmm.
is particularly true in maths, music, reading, and understanding vocabulary.
Hmm. Okay. Now, let's look at the question quickly. The question says blank is increased by learning languages. Now, you can find the word increase in this paragraph somewhere. Could you tell me where it is mentioned in text B? Increase,
It's
increases.
brain power.
In a first paragraph.
Yes. So what are we going to write in here? Blank is increased by learning languages. What is increased?
Brain
People.
I
power.
think brain power.
Are you sure? Sumaya, do you get it? I think Sumaya is lost. Sumaya,
No,
beautiful.
no, I'm here.
You lost. Did you get the answer? We found the word increase because there was no synonym available. So we found it in the first two lines. Okay? And after that, blank is increased by learning languages. What is increased by learning languages? Brain.
Language.
Pretty. That's
Oh,
so
sorry,
cute.
sorry.
That's adorable, but beautiful. Brain power increases. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to write brain power here. Brain power. Nice job. Okay, now let's move to statement number 28. Sumaya, read 28.
Foreign language students often get higher mark in
Higher marks in foreign language students get higher marks in blank. Marks. Marks has a synonym score. Okay?
yeah.
So can you guys find me the answer quickly? Text B.
Test.
That is correct. So are you going to write test or are you going to write tests?
Test with yes.
Yes, because it says write exact number, word, or
Number
phrase.
word.
Exact. So we're going to write in here tests. Ryan, are you with me or you're lost?
Yes, I am a good test.
Did you understand this one or not?
Yes, I understand.
Further, let's move to the effective ways of learning. Now, whenever you'd be solving fill in the blanks, please pay attention to the titles, okay? Like benefits of studying a second language in here, and then effective ways of learning. Let's move down and look at text D, text C. Deepak, read it.
Okay. Today, our class conducted an experiment based on research about learning languages. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh Reed School of Music have discovered that learners' memory skills are much better when learning language to music. Our class decided to test whether music helped us learn languages. In our school experiment, we tried to remember phrases in Greek and repeat them 15 minutes later. It was of course important to choose a language no one knew. We were divided into three groups. Each group listened to the Greek phrases and repeated them, but each group did this in a different way. The first group heard the phrases spoken, the second group heard phrases set to the rhythm, and the third group heard phrases in a song. The singing group was able to remember far more Greek than the other two groups. Our conclusion was that learning language in a song does help you remember language more easily.
Rehan,
Yeah.
read C.
Student name Maria Coates and class for a language experiment. Today our class conducted an experiment based on research about learning language. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh's Reid School of Music have discovered that learners' memory skills are much better when learning language to music. Our class decided to test whether music helped us learn languages. In our school experiment, we tried to remember phrases in Greek and repeat them 15 minutes later. It was, of course, important to choose language no one knew. We were divided into three groups. Each group listened to the Greek phrases and repeated them. Each group did this in a different way. The first group heard the phrases spoken, and the spoken group heard phrases set to a rhythm, and the third group heard phrases in a song. The singing group was able to remember far more Greek than the other two groups. Our conclusion was that learning language is a song does help you remember language more easily.
Sumaya.
Okay. Today, our class conducted an experiment based on research about learning language. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh's Reid School of Music have discovered that learners' memory skills are much better while learning language to music. Our class divided to test whether where music help us learn language. In our school experiment, we tried to remember phrases in Greek and repeat them 15 minutes later. It was, of course, important to choose a language no one knew. We were divided into three groups. Each group listened to the Greek phrase and repeat them, but each group did this different way. The first group heard the phrase spoken, the second group heard phrase said of a rhythm, and the third group heard phrase in a song. The singing group was able to remember far more Greek than the other two groups. Our conclusion was that learning language in a song does help you remember language more easily. Thank you.
Okay. Now, effective ways of learning. Listen to a blank to help learn new language. Now, in text C, listen to what? Can you guys
Music.
find music. Where is it? That listen to music to learn a language. Where? The synonym of listen is hear or heard. Okay? So nobody says directly that listen to music. They're asking, this is a paragraph about learning language. It's not about music. Okay? So could you find me listen to a blank? Find your keyword listen or a synonym related to listen. See, it is also written in here, music helped us learn languages. It is not about, listen to a music. No, it is about learning languages. So please find the word. Find first the synonym listen. That is mentioned very close to the word. That is your answer.
Yeah.
Heard. The first group heard.
Phrases?
Yes.
No.
Phrases in a song. So listen to a.
Phrases in the song.
But it can't be a phrases. Now read further.
Yeah.
Read further. You would find the exact word in the same line.
Greek phrases.
But beautiful, it is a singular here.
Phrases.
Listen to a.
Listen to.
It has to be a singular. Try. You
Rhythm.
guys will definitely find it. No. Listen to a rhythm. No. It's in the same line, guys. I know you can get it.
Song.
Same. Yes, that's very smart. Do you understand? Listen to it.
Yeah. Song.
Song. So we're gonna put in here song. Sumaya, did you catch up or not?
No, sorry.
Okay, read this line. Because it's a singular also, we also need to take care. Phrases is a plural. We need to write exact word there, right? So we can't. Read this.
First group here the phrase. Okay. The second group here phrase letter reading and that phrase is a song.
Phrases in a song. Listen to a song to learn new language, okay? Because we are supposed to find the exact word from there. We can't say listen to a phrases because everywhere they have written the word phrases. Am I right or wrong? And phrases is a plural. We cannot put it in here. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is all. Now we have 30th, blank and practice with native speakers. We just need to move down and then you guys will read D for me quickly. Deepak, you first.
What is the best way to learn a foreign language? Ik Song from South Korea. You should definitely go and live abroad. The best way to learn a language is to be with native speakers and not speak your own language. Alexei from Russia. I use the internet all the time. It's a really cheap and easy way to learn. You have to be careful though, as not all websites are good. Clara from Italy. I think watching films and English subtitles is very helpful. My friends listen to English music, but I don't think that's a very good way to learn.
Okay, and what about you, Rehan? Read it.
What is the best way to learn a foreign language? Iksang, South Korea. You should definitely go and live abroad. The best way to learn a language is to be with native speakers and not speak your own language. Let's see Russia. I use the internet all the time. It's really cheap and easy way to learn. You have to be careful. As not all websites are good. Kara, Italy. I think watching film with English subtitle is very helpful. My friends listen to English music, but I don't think that's a very good way to learn.
Sumaya.
Iksang from South Korea, you should definitely go and live abroad. The best way to learn a language is to be with native speakers and what is the best way to learn a foreign language? Iksang from South Korea, you should definitely go and live abroad. The best way to learn a language is to be with native speakers and not speak your own language. Alexei, Russia. I use the internet all the time. It's a really cheap and easy way to learn. You have to careful through as not all websites are good. Cara, Italy. I think watching films with English subtitle is very helpful. My friend listen to English music, but don't think that's a very good way to learn.
Okay, now, everyone, can you see the information in here is mentioned in a sequence? First of all, native speakers, it is mentioned here, okay? Then you see use of technology websites, it's point number 2. Point number 3 is using television or subtitles, right? That is point number 3. First of all, I just want you to understand the sequence in fill in the blanks. If you understand it, you will get 5 out of 5 from this section. Do you understand me? You don't have to
Yes.
read here and there. It's pretty easy. It is written because it's a summary of the text. So now it is very easy for you to find out the answer for question number 30. Blank and practice with native speakers. Blank and practice with native speakers. This is point 1. Definitely the other information that you're looking for, it's mentioned in the same 2 lines, but you need to find out what are the exact words.
Live abroad.
Live abroad. That is right. Okay. Live abroad and practice with native speakers. Is that understandable?
Yes.
For Deepak, do you understand?
Yeah.
And what about you, Sumaya? You understand? Or... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Live abroad. Live abroad. Okay. All right. That's good. So have we solved this?
Yes.
Okay, now remember, this took the most of your time, but because you read in detail, now question 21 to 25, you will solve in less than 5 minutes. Okay, and also you will solve the other question type very quickly. Now let's move to the next part of the question. Okay, let's have a look at this one. All right. Statement number 1, as it says, for those people who don't know how to answer, it's pretty simple. You just need to choose 5 correct statements out of these 8 statements, and you will write it like this in here. Maybe A, B, C, D, just like this. Don't try to write the full pattern in there, like full sentence in there. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the statement A. Now this is also funny that most of the time statement A comes from text 1. It's also in a sequence, right? So the first statement says the most common reason for learning a language is to understand films and music. The most common reason means the major reason. Is that true or false, please?
False.
Can be true.
No. Deepak will tell why it is true.
Because this is films and music is like enjoyment and personal interest.
Come on, don't think implied meaning. There's no music mentioned in here. Nothing is mentioned. They have not even talked about films and music here. Have they talked about it?
No.
The most common reason for learning a language is to understand films and music. No, not at all. It is personal interest and enjoyment. We can't take the words which are not there. Okay?
Okay.
So this one is false,
Yeah.
everyone, because they have not mentioned films and music anywhere. It could be other, you know, it could be the other part, but that is not the most common reason.
Yes.
Everybody, do you get it? A is not true. A is false. Sumaya, do you understand or not? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, next statement. Only Sumaya will tell me. Other people will keep the answer to themselves. Sumaya, read statement number 2 and tell me if it is true or false. It's from text A.
Okay. More people learn another language because of their studies rather than their family. It's the false.
Who agrees with Sumaya that more people learn another language because of their studies rather than their family? Who agrees?
It's true. I'm not agree with
Yes,
her.
it's true. It's
Who
true.
doesn't agree? Ryan, Rehan, why don't you agree?
Because
Hmm.
1 second. Family and studies. Studies higher than family.
Studies higher than families. So that's what they're saying, that more people learn another language because of studies, right?
Rather than their family.
Rather than their family background. So you can see the percentage for family background is far lower in comparison to that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is this true or false?
It's
True.
true.
This is true, guys, definitely, because
It's true.
if you would see that the percentage for degree requirement is about 30%, right? And for family
Yeah.
background, maybe just 5% or 7 to 8%, right? So
Yeah.
B is true. Now the next one, only the person, Deepak will tell. Deepak, only you will tell. Other people will keep the answer to themselves.
People who speak more than one language are often better at subject with numbers. People who speak more than one language are often better at subject with numbers.
It's in text B. Let me just scroll down. Okay. Text B.
Okay. It's a false.
People who speak more than one language are better at subjects with numbers. Anyone else who would like to try? C. If yes, then why? Whatever your answer is. Rehan.
Often better at subject number. It's false.
It is absolutely... Sumaya, you try? Sumaya, can you try?
Yeah, just a minute, please. People who regularly speak more than one language better at problem solving.
That's right. In addition, students who study foreign languages often score better in tests than students who only speak one language. This is particularly true in maths, okay? So maths is related to numbers. Even problem solving is related to numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
So is that true or false?
True.
Deepak, do you understand or not?
Yes. In addition, students score better in test.
Can I be back in a minute, please? Hold on. Look for the answer for D. Don't tell anyone. I'd be right back.
Number C, is it true or false?
See, you
Speak
tell
on.
me. Sumaya
People
will
who
tell
speak
you. I'll be
more
right
than
back.
one language.
Excuse me.
People who speak more than one language are often better at subjects with numbers.
Said?
C is true.
This is particularly true in math. So yeah, it's true, I think, because this is particularly true in maths.
Subject and numbers.
Subject with numbers is, he said math, yeah? So there's a math at the last. So yes, maybe true.
This is definitely true, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no two way about it. It is true. Let's write in here. We're gonna write in here C.
C.
Now Rehan will read D and tell me if it's true or false.
Language learning boosts the brain when we speak the second language often. Brain processing information.
Sumaya, do not help, okay?
Language learning
Find the
boosts
word brain first.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true, right? Because it increases brain power. They have
Power,
just
yeah.
used a synonym that is boosts. Okay? So it actually means the same. Are we going to write D in here? Yes, we are going to write it.
Yes.
Next one, Sumaya. Read it, please.
The University of Edinburgh tested different way of learning music. Tested different way of learning music. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh Music have discovered learners' memory skills are better than learning language and music. It's true.
Anyone else? Why do you think it's true?
Different way of learning music. Tested in different way learning. Here we saw that discovered that learners' memory skill are much better than learning language to music.
So what is this about? Is this the University of Edinburgh tested different ways of learning music or learning a language? Learning a language, not music. Different ways of learning?
Language to music.
Not music, not music. Definitely trying out different ways to learn a language.
Okay.
Understand, beautiful. It's mentioned in here. Researchers. First of all, if you read the first line, today our class conducted an experiment based on research about learning languages. It is a research about learning languages, not about music. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh's Reed School of Music have discovered that learners' memory skills are much better when learning language to music, through music. But they researched about learning language, not about learning music. Is that true or false?
False.
False.
This is false. That's right. So we're going to cross this one. This is false.
False.
Next one, Deepak will tell me.
It is easier to remember words when you sing them.
Pretty easy.
It is easier to remember words when you sing them. It's true.
Anyone who disagrees?
No.
This is true. Absolutely. We're going to write F in here. Rehan, read number, the next one, G.
Reading words on a screen can help you learn language. True.
I think we just need to move down for it for reference. It's mentioned in paragraph number D. Please confirm, is it true or false?
It's true.
Why it is true? Read the context.
I think watching film with English subtitle is very helpful. That's why on screen.
That is right. Reading words on a screen can help you learn a language. That is true. That is true. But there's one last one remaining that Sumaya will tell me if it is true or false.
Which one?
H.
Any website can be good place or language learning. Any website.
Alexei Rusia says so. Sorry, that's
You
Russian.
have to be careful, so not all websites are good. It's false.
Is that true or false?
No, false. False.
Why?
Last one, you have to be careful, so as not all websites are good.
Not all websites are good. You know, we can't say that
Yes.
any website can be good place for language learning. There are few websites. You have to be careful. Not all of them are good, right? So H is false. Any confusion in this? C, did you find a sequence in the information? Yes, you did, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of like this is not hard at all. Now we're going to move to the last part of reading, multi-text. This is the question type in here, and I am going to discuss this one with you now. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Not hard at all. Before we continue, I would want Deepak to read this question for us on top. Like that says task 2.
So task 2, multi-text reading. Read the 4 short text and about foreign language and answer the 15 questions on the page 4 to 6. Questions 16 to 20. Read questions 16 to 20 first and then read text A, B, C, and D below the questions. As you read each text, decide which text each question refers to. Choose one letter A, B, C, D and write it on the lines below. You can use any letter more than once.
So we can use any letter more than once. Why? Because there are 5 questions and just 4 texts, A, B, C, and D, right? So in here, now, even without looking at the text, you can tell, but in the exam, I would want you to take a reference. Which paragraph explains that learning languages can help you learn other skills? Other skills. Which paragraph talks about it and explains that learning languages A, B, C, or D? Other skills.
Yes. B.
B, just like problem solving, vocabulary, music, maths, and also what is it called? Reading and understanding. Okay? Is that right? Can we write B in here? Everyone agrees?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Which paragraph advises language learners to travel? This is also very easy. Let's move down. Which paragraph advises language learners to travel? Who said D? Sumaya said D. Go and live abroad. Go and live abroad. That is traveling, so we're going to write D in here. Which paragraph talks about or says that music helps us learn? A, B, C, or D? Very easy.
C.
Anyone who disagrees?
Oh, sure. Which one? Number 18.
18, yeah. Says that music helps us learn.
Yes, true.
I know it is true, but in which paragraph it is mentioned?
C.
C. Although they have mentioned music in this one too, but Kara says that I don't think it's a very good way to learn. This is her personal opinion. right? So that's why we are not considering D and we are keeping C as an answer, okay? Because C says that songs and music can help you learn. Which paragraph shows or which text shows that more people choose to learn a language for pleasure than work? Okay, this is pretty easy. Pleasure. Who said it? Could you repeat
Me.
yourself? Which one?
A.
Personal interest and enjoyment.
That is correct. We're going to write A in here. Good job. Lastly, which paragraph suggests that people who learn more than one language do better at school?
B.
B.
Text B, because only the word school and students only mentioned in text B, nowhere else. So here you have it, all correct answers, and you did it by yourself. Okay? Now, before we move to the crucial, important part related to multi-text reading, I want to ask you guys, do you have any confusion about how to solve fill in the blanks, true, false, and also this, find a suitable?
No, I have no any confusion.
Sumaya,
No,
you?
no.
Beautiful. Sumaya.
This one is okay. I understand. Maybe I need to do myself one. Then I will.
As I told you in the very beginning, even if you get 20%, 30% of what I taught you, this is more than enough for the first lesson. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be afraid. So did you understand 20 to 30% or more?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, that's brilliant. Now, keeping into mind, we're going to move to the most incredible part of this text. And what I'm going to teach you, that is going to be very easy for you to understand. Before we do that, let's try to have a look at task 3, that is multi-text writing. Deepak, read this question.
Task 3, reading into writing. Write an article for a school magazine, 100 to 130 words, about why more students should learn languages. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D, pages 4 and 5, to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Suggest how learning a foreign language could help their performance at school, and advise students on useful methods for learning foreign languages. Do not copy from the text. Use your own notes as far as possible. You should plan your article before you start writing. Think about what you are doing to write and make some notes to help you in this box.
Good job.
Notes in the box.
Good job. Okay, next one. Rehan, read this.
Task 3, reading into writing. Write an article for your school magazine, 100 to 130 words, about why more students should learn language. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D, pages 4 and 5 to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Suggest how learning a foreign language could help their performance at school, and advise students on useful methods for learning foreign languages. Do not copy from the text. Use your own words as far as possible. You should plan your article before you start writing. Think about what you are going to write and make some notes to help you in this box.
All right.
Notes.
Okay, Sumaya.
This is writing part, isn't it?
Yes, this is writing part 1.
Okay. Reading into writing. Write an article for your school magazine, 100 to 130 words, about why more students should learn languages. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D, pages 4 and 5, to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Suggest how learning a foreign language should help their performance at school, and advise students on useful methods for learning foreign languages. Do not copy from the text. Use your own words as far as possible. You should plan your article before you start writing. Think about what you are going to write and make some notes to help in this box.
Okay.
Planning notes.
Okay, all right. Okay, now let's try to figure out something. Before we will start reading, we're going to plan our notes. Remember, there are no marks for planning, but we're still going to do it, okay? Because we need to understand how to solve this question. There are three things demanded in this question, but okay, you don't care what is mentioned here, that write an article for your school magazine. You don't care about this, okay? You don't have to think about what is this. Why more students should learn languages, okay? You don't know about this, leave it. Your main concern is these 3 points, and your marks will be given on the basis of these 3 points, okay? So before we start writing, we need to understand that first point that we are trying to find in here is related to the first point, where you can say, this is just rough notes, but I'm writing a little bit detail so that later on we can just shift it on a page and make it nicer. Firstly, I want to. What are you writing in here? Firstly, I want to. You copy the statement. You cheat. What do? You copy the statement. You cheat. Firstly, I want to explain how language learning how language learning will help
students in the future.
Okay, students in the future. Okay. Now we see the word future in here. I'm going to put a semicolon afterwards. And now it is time for us to find this information in text A. Because this is what we see, reasons why we learn a language future. So firstly, I want to explain how language learning will help students in the future. So people, from text A, it can help us in how many ways? It's for students. Students in the future. Degree requirement, use in the future career, and future travel or study abroad. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So we are just going to pick this information exactly how it is. What do I say? Exactly how it is. We are going to pick it up and we are going to write that in here. We can just put it in here. What is the first one? Degree requirement. Degree requirement. Okay, afterwards.
Use in future career.
Use in the future career. Use in the future career. Okay, use in the future career. And lastly?
For future travel or study abroad.
Okay, and future travel or study abroad. Or study abroad. Okay, now we have completed this part. We don't have to add anything else. Okay? This part is done. Is there any confusion? How to start and how to end and how to find information. Is this okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Rehan, do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yes.
Okay, this is
It's
not
starting
hard.
to writing.
Yes.
It's starting to writing, yeah.
Yes. How to start and how to end. Everything is clear. Okay, further, now we will move to the next point. What is the next point? How will you write in here? Secondly. Secondly what? What are we
How
going to
learning foreign language.
Suggest
copy
how
this?
learning
I want to.
Suggest.
I want to suggest. I want to.
To suggest
I want to suggest
how language.
how
learning
learning
a foreign language
a foreign language.
could help their performance.
Okay. All right. Could language could help
Their
their
performance.
performance. Now, who is
at school.
there? There means students. If you feel uncomfortable with this there, you can straight up write students here too. Because in the beginning, they're talking about more students should learn. This there means students. If anyone feels confused, they can just directly write students there as well. Okay? So
Okay.
just to remove the confusion, I'm just going to write students in here. Students performance at
At
school,
school.
semicolon. Now it is given right in front of you in text B how it can help students who are studying at school. What are the points? Problem solving, score better in tests,
Yeah.
get better. These are examples, right? For example, maths, music, reading, understanding,
vocabulary.
Now we're going to put this information in here. And I will start with the first one. That is problem solving, comma.
Score better in
tests. Score better in tests. Okay, then.
In maths.
Okay.
Understanding the vocabulary.
Yeah,
Music.
maths. You can say that you can also write score better in tests. You can, like the way you learned this new word, learning new skills. Do you remember? Like when we were solving true, false, and not given true, false, you read the word new skills, learning new skills.
Yeah.
For example, maths. Can we write that in here? Learning.
Yeah. Skills.
New skills. For example, or if you don't want to write, for example, you can say particularly maths. Okay. You can also write, for example. I'm just trying to help you out as much as I can so that you can take help from the paragraph. Okay. Maths, reading, music, and understanding vocabulary and understanding
vocabulary.
Okay. Now we have completed point number 2 as well. Is that okay?
Yes.
Any confusion?
No.
No. Now we're going to move to point number 3. You guys will tell me how to start it.
Moreover or furthermore.
How we will start? Thirdly. Thirdly, what?
I want to advise.
Thirdly,
I want to advise.
students.
Okay, I want to advise.
Students.
Students.
For learning foreign languages.
Usual method for learning.
Students on useful methods. Useful
Learning foreign language.
methods. Okay, methods for learning
Foreign languages.
languages. Languages. Semicolon. Why do I use semicolon? This is for people who are extremely bad at writing. Okay, like somebody who doesn't know how to create sentences, they join their words by using punctuation, and I call it semicolon. This is a magical, we call it punctuation tool, that can help you connect two sentences together without adding any conjunction. Okay, so because people who are not good at language, they don't know how to add this, that is, and work, like they don't know how to connect two ideas together, but this one helps them. Okay, now let's try to find out from text C and D, because both carry the same information about the useful methods on learning a foreign language. Could you suggest from C first? What are the useful methods to learn a foreign language? From C first.
Traveling abroad. To be native speakers.
Music help.
Use internet. Watching film. With English subtitle. Listening to music. English music.
Let's write in here. I think that would be phrases. Okay, listening to phrases. Can I write that in here? Listening to phrases. Okay, just a minute. Hold on for a second. Listening to phrases.
We cannot write listening to music from C.
We can say singing, you know.
Singing.
You can say like you can write it like this, sing like hearing phrases in a song. Okay, listening to spoken phrases, listening to phrases in a song. These are the effective methods that they have given in here, right? Even this one, repeating phrases. Right? Or you can also say that hearing phrases in a song, because it's not just any song, but it is phrases in a song. So can we write in here number one, hearing, what are we going to write in here? Hearing
phrases in a song.
Phrases spoken. Hearing the phrases spoken, okay, or listening to spoken phrases. Listening to
spoken phrases.
Whatever is easier for you. If you want to use the word hearing, that is still your choice. Hearing, phrases,
listening,
phrases spoken. And then hearing,
living.
What is that called?
Living abroad.
Yeah, that is of course a method, but hearing phrases, repeating phrases, and hearing phrases in a song. Okay, hearing, repeating phrases, and hearing phrases in a song, and hearing phrases in a song. You can remove this one if you don't want to create two paragraphs, or you don't know how to write grammar. You can just put a comma in here and move to the next part, as Rehan was telling, that living abroad, okay? Living abroad,
and
comma, Speaking with native speakers.
Native speakers.
You can also use the word practicing with native speaker or speaking. Practicing with, okay, speaking with native speakers. Speaking with native speakers and more.
Use
Uses
internet.
of internet.
Using or you may write learning through good language websites, all right?
Yeah.
Learning through internet also you can write, right? Internet or using good websites. Learning through internet. Internet using good websites. If someone is good at English, they can go for selective websites also. But we are right now writing for the people who are not good at all. Okay? Websites. All right? And lastly, which is the one?
Watching films with English
subtitles.
With English subtitles.
Watching films with subtitles.
On the screen.
We can write in here music also, right? Listening to music, and because Kara thinks it's not good, you advise students on useful methods for learning. This is what Kara thinks, but listening to music is one of the ways as well.
Can you write reading newspaper? No.
No, it's not given in here. Right? Kara has mentioned listening music, although it's her personal view that it doesn't work that much. But you need to advise students on, okay, don't write that. Don't write music. But I would want you to write music as well, listening music. Because it is mentioned in music.
Hearing phrases in a song is same.
It's fine. Let's try to put an end to it. That is all. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you, do you have any confusion? How to start, how to end, how to find information?
Yeah, I have one question, please.
Yes, go on.
It says, do not copy from the text, use your own words as far as possible. So we copied already from the text. So what does it mean by do not copy? I want to know that. What does it mean, do not copy from the text?
We're just planning the notes, I think.
But if you don't have any understanding, look, how would you not copy when you have to find the information from the paragraph? Can you write any other word better than a degree requirement? That's the need. How would you not copy? Use in the future career, how would you not copy? Use for future travel or study, how would you not copy? Could you tell me? Because that is the answer to that question. But you are writing it on your own, in your own way. You're not writing full phrases there. But you need to find the answer to the question as well. Do you understand me? It's super, it takes a lot of effort. I can tell you that 50% of the people cannot even understand the question and read from the text and find the answer. This is a big task in itself. Comprehending and then finding out what is the answer. Could you ever find out that suggest how learning a language could help their performance at school? If you don't know how to read, how would you find the answer? You can never find it. You might find
I wanted to understand that. About do not copy. It means we can't copy all of them.
Because you can't really just copy everything unless you have an understanding, because you're just allowed to write 100 to 130 words. That is all.
Yeah, I wanted to understand that. I got it now.
I can bet that if you will give this task to anyone, they would not get it. First of all, you need to have an understanding what this question is about. Only then you can pick selective words. That's what they are saying.
Yeah.
Okay? Now let's try to use a word counter to check how many words we have typed. And if we have written more, we can delete a few words. And then if you've written enough, then, or if you've written like lesser words, we can add like a little bit more information, because I've written very concisely, very, very concisely. Let's try to have a look. Sumaya, do you have any confusion? Because this is life-changing. This is 45% of the exam ready with multi-text reading and multi-text writing. Beautiful. Do you understand me or not?
Yeah, I understand, but I have a question.
Yes.
This always in a exam, always question is like same pattern.
Same pattern, exactly the same. Recently, the passage was about bananas. Okay, then after that, it was about honeybees. It's much easier than even this one. The text is very easy. Okay, anyways, even if it's hard, you guys are not dumb. You can manage. Okay, so
So
first
the
point
one
done.
we did,
Mm-hmm.
the one we did earlier, the reading part was the reading, and this is the writing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the multi-text one.
So the 30 questions for reading was earlier we did, is it? So and this is okay.
How many words are these by far? 59 already written.
59.
Okay. This just want to explain that this is very easy, so if you will pay even a little bit of attention, you can never fail in this part. Now I'm not making any changes yet. You guys will read for me, and if there will be any mistake, you will tell me, and then I will correct myself.
99 words. 98.
Already 99. Oops.
How do they markings on writing? Like
28 marks.
28 to pass?
No, you
So
just
what
need 14 marks to pass. I will tell you if you were. I think
what
you
marks
guys, you
you
guys,
will you what marks will you get for this writing?
for this writing, you can easily get a merit. Even, see, yeah, you can get a merit, but I don't think so that people who are writing, they will write in a perfect way, because they always make mistakes, right? They don't know how to link words, because I just changed heard into hearing. I changed repeated into repeating. People don't know how to do that, right? So even with the bad pattern or anything that they know, they can easily pass. Yeah. If you write exactly like this, you might also get like a distinction as well, because correct spelling, correct form, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm talking about a student. I wrote it for you. We typed it together. But students with less understanding, because they sometimes get the wrong answer, that is the reason they don't get a good score. Okay? They barely pass, but nobody fails. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We can add one more word in here. Can you guys tell me? Firstly, I want to explain. Can anyone read for me the full text?
Firstly, I want to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Degree requirement is the future career and future travel or study abroad. Can we add
Secondly, I want
something on it?
go on, Karen.
Hello.
Keep reading aloud, please. Excuse me, I need to give food to my cat. I'd be right back. Excuse me, please. Someone can read the full text for me, please? Do it.
Firstly, I want to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Degree requirement is in the future career and future travel or study abroad.
So you have to read all, isn't it?
Read
No?
all of it. I said read all of it.
Secondly, I want to suggest how learning a foreign language could help students' performance at school. Problem solving, score better in tests, learning new skills, particularly maths, reading, music, and understanding vocabulary. Thirdly, I want to advise students on useful methods for learning foreign language. Hearing phrases spoken, repeating phrases, hearing phrases in a song, living abroad, speaking with native speakers, learning through internet using good websites, and watching film with subtitles.
Okay, one word is missing. What if I want to add the word in place of particularly? I go for the word for example. Okay, I want to go for the word for example. And maybe I just want to add in here using good websites, music, and watching films and with subtitles 101. Okay, I've done it very strictly, not adding extra information, using information from the passage to create it. First of all, tell me, is it hard or not?
Not.
It's not really.
It's not hard at all. Okay,
Yeah.
you just need to learn how to organize. Why do I say firstly, secondly, thirdly? Why? Because there are marks for organizing the information. Do you understand me? There are marks for organizing information that is given to you, writing it fully and appropriately, having language control at the same time. You need to meet the criteria for the exam as well, not just this, you need to pass
Yeah.
this test. Organizing information, writing it fully, appropriately. Language control means spelling, grammar, and also putting information in order. Now, there are people who might waste a lot of their words in introducing that this is for a school magazine. That's not required. Okay? You need to focus on the 3 points that you're supposed to explain. Any confusion?
No, but I have one question.
Yes.
What
Okay.
about planning notes?
What about planning notes?
Do you must to make planning notes on the paper, the below planning notes?
No marks are given for these planning notes. But this is
If
for
I
you.
don't want to write, if I don't want to write planning notes,
Yes, you don't write planning notes and get nowhere, okay?
okay,
Why?
it's not requirement.
Why
Yeah.
would you not write notes? For your self-help, you need to write notes. Because this is a paper-based test. Once you will find, see, I wrote very long notes, but you don't have to write this part. Okay? You just make 3 sections in there and write small headings here. Let me cross this. Your notes should be
Just
like
the
this,
points.
just the points. And later on, you add this part there that firstly this, secondly this, and thirdly when you will make your final draft. Understanding or not? At least you will have the main ideas in here, not the full one. I wrote it because I wanted to be easier for you to understand. That's the whole thing.
So if they ask write an article for your school magazine, you don't have to mention school name or
Don't
whatever.
care. Yeah, you don't care. You know that my marks are for 0.123. That's all. You need to find the information. That is a big task in itself. Finding information is a big task. You need to understand the text in order to get the information. If you will not understand, how will you find it? Sumaya, open your mic. It was a little bit noisy, so I muted you. Is that okay? Any confusion about this?
It's
part?
still noisy.
Yeah. Now, please guys tell me, because we have limited hours to understand this. If you understand this, tomorrow we can do long text reading. Okay? One mock test, full mock test of reading and writing, and then mock test of speaking and listening, and exam is ready. Okay? Now, before we will, I'm going to leave the class, but I will leave you with one multi-text reading and writing task on your WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay.
You will solve it before you will join the class tomorrow, and I will open the text in the class and discuss with you. Just like we discussed today, of course, you will already have the answer, so it would be easier for me to help you out. That is this true, false, or what would come in the blank, because you would already have your answers with you. Now, remember, when you would be solving your multi-text reading, you have to set a timer and solve it within 20 to 30 minutes. And for writing also, it goes the same. You just need an hour to go through both these passages or tasks. If you can do it earlier, that is still much better. You can save your time for long text reading or your extended writing.
Is this extended writing or not? This is
not extended. That day, what you wrote on paper for me about something, I don't remember, that is extended writing. That is self-writing. And that is the easiest part, because you know about your favorite town that you visited. You know about your favorite festival. You know about your favorite famous person. You know about your about the rules at your work. That is very easy, because you know those things. But these things you don't know. You have to find them from the passage.
Yeah, for the extended writing, we can choose topic ourselves.
No, we can't do it. Sorry, come again.
We can choose our topic for the writing. They will give randomly.
We can never choose.
Yeah, but the topic will be the same every time, like same, not same, but
same. Writing, extended writing, always same, to be honest. Not always, but there are 10 topics that are rotated. You know, number 1 is favorite festival. Number 2 is special occasion. Number 3 is rules at work, rules at home, different ways you like to study. And afterwards, you know, a place you visited or an occasion you celebrated. It's an experience in the past. Besides that, I have never heard anyone, but yeah, one more topic. Talk about a party that you attended recently on a weekend. Again, it's a past experience, something that happened to you, but aspects of the question remain the same. Describe the party and how you enjoyed the party.
Okay.
This type of question would come to the exam, yeah?
Yes, whatever I'm telling you. And for speaking also, always saying, you know, conversation topics, they have just given 10 to 12 topics to examiners, and on their official website as well. I'm sure you can also have a look at that. For speaking, they can barely give you this part that, okay, let's talk about saving money, let's talk about rules at work, let's talk about speaking also, conversation part, rules
I
at
saw their
home,
video.
fashion. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about your favorite restaurant. Let's talk about traveling with friends. Most of the times, examiners do what? That you choose a topic for yourself that is for discussion, 4 topic points. So for example, 4 minutes are over, an examiner was asking you questions about traveling, eating out, and 1 point was left. Probably it was watching TV. Then in the conversation part, examiner just picks the same topic. Then let's talk about watching TV. I'll ask you some questions. You can also ask me 2 questions about it. That is all. End of speaking.
Okay.
This is the easiest test on planet Earth. Okay, so you guys can easily pass, all of you. I'm sure many of you from this class will get a distinction as well. Right? Thank you so much. I shall be taking your leave. I will share your homework on WhatsApp. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Do it
thank
before
you.
you join the class. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Good night.